Hello everybody, my name is Ian Lamont. I'm the founder of i30 Media Corporation, which publishes Easy Genie genealogy forms. Today we'll be talking about why use genealogy charts and forms. And this may seem like a strange question, especially if you're using other methods to record information, but they're actually very good for recording, organizing, and visualizing genealogy data. Maybe different than the apps or the computer software or the websites that you use. And genealogy forms and charts can be used to record all kinds of data, as I'm showing there on the left. And you may be asking, well, there's obviously different types of charts and forms, but I use Ancestry, or I have a piece of PC software that generates these forms, at the tap of a button. And it's true. Many types of software programs are out there. I use them myself to generate like this fan chart. The pros and cons of the computer-generated forms are they're drawing data directly from the software that you use. So it should be pretty up to date. They're easy enough to print. If you have a color printer, that is. They're easy to change. All you need to do is to go into the software, change the date or the name, or add some other piece of information, and then regenerate the fan chart, and it will be updated. The problem is they're hard to annotate. So this genealogy form here, this fan chart, I can't, if I wanted to add like a special note about this person, like we know he was born in Dublin, Ireland, I cannot do that because the way that this chart works is it only allows you to put in the name and the dates, nothing else. There's no customization. You can't add another field. I can't write something in up here. So that's a drawback. Also the computer-generated forms, they can be hard to format. Like this one is purple, green, yellow, and orange, or pink. If you want to change those colors, maybe it's possible, but you have to be twiddling around in computer settings. And sometimes it's just not possible to change them at all. There's just very limited things that you can do to change the appearance, not only of the background colors, but also like the fonts you're using, etc. The paper, usually if you're printing at home, I hate to say it, the paper that you're using is probably pretty low quality. It may not last more than 20 or 30 years, and that's if you're storing it under optimal conditions. And if you think about it, when you're printing out something, you probably want to give it to somebody or use it for your own reference, maybe to hand it down to somebody later on. And if it's on cheap printer paper, it's not going to last. And then, that's a concern for long-term preservation, because if you think about it, genealogy is really, it's partially to satisfy your own curiosity, and maybe it's a hobby or even your profession, but it's something that needs to be preserved for a long time, because ideally, other people will be finding great use or value or happiness from discovering this information. And the computer-generated forms have a couple holes in them, as far as I'm concerned. Paper forms, using manual data entry. Here's an example of a family group sheet. They're easy to annotate, easy to correct, so you can just cross something out, or you can add it later on. If you can put something in the margin if you want to. There's high quality options. So of course you can print these out on your own computer, a blank paper form, and then fill it out on your own. But you can also buy high quality forms from other sources, and we offer them. I know that there's some other companies out there that offer them. Maybe if you go to a genealogy society or a conference, people are selling some really high quality ones there. And basically when I say high quality, I mean the paper is really designed to last a long time. And the paper that we use at Easy Genie, for instance, it's acid free, very heavy stock, and if it's properly stored in a dry and cool place, away from water, away from other forms, other things that can eat it or deteriorate it, it can last for many, 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 many decades. I'm actually pretty confident it can last for more than 100 years. Suitable for framing, so if you have good handwriting or you're artistic, you can really make a nice looking fan chart or family group sheet that you can frame and then give to somebody, and that will last for a long time. Of course, they can be used for archiving information, but as I mentioned before, the quality may vary. Some of the if you print it out at home, or some of the suppliers, they don't use very good paper. It requires manual data entry. I'm not going to lie about that one or beat around the bush. You have to spend some time writing it out, and of course you want to be careful about it because you don't want to make too many mistakes, because then you have to cross it out or use whiteout or something. And then there's storage requirements if you want to make it last for a long time. So I mentioned you need a cool and a dry place, away from water, and sometimes people don't have that handy. Although if you have the right types of storage materials, you can really make them last for a long time. And we're thinking about the long game here. It's not just about you or your hobby. It's about your entire family. So also maybe your parents or cousins, nieces and nephews, your own children. You want to pass this information down to them. You want to preserve information that can last for decades or even beyond that. so your forebears and your descendants, sorry, they can learn more about the family tree and where everybody came from and their occupations and what was important to them. And they really do make great gifts. In fact, I know that for Easy Genie, a lot of the forms that we sell, they are intended as gifts for people who are either amateur or professional genealogists. Sometimes we have a special packet for kids to get kids interested in family history. So these can really make a special gift. And in this day and age when there's so much consumerism and all the stuff you can buy, I think having a gift that actually means something more than just like some temporary thing to amuse yourself for a short period of time. I think having a meaningful gift that lasts for decades, I think that's one of the most special gifts of all. For more information and to check out our free downloads page, go to easygenie.org. There's blog posts, there's videos, and also you can see the different types of high quality forms that we offer. Thank you so much for watching.